Well, hello there, everyone. I'm Dr. Mazen Inani from Angels Neurological Centers, and today I'm responding to some inquiries about symptoms of ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, that a lot of you have noticed now that your children are back in school. You're having some complaints sometimes from teachers or from colleagues, or that you're noticing that your child is not doing so well with homework at home. And I want to talk to you about some of the symptoms that you should pay attention to, so you can have your child evaluated if you feel that that child is having difficulties. Of course, before you jump into conclusion that your child has some difficulties with attention, you might want to give yourself a little bit of time to adjust the child into the school year from having a very relaxing summer vacation into a more regimented environment, especially that certain grades in school tend to graduate in severity and intensity of homework. So you have to take that into account as well. But in general, there are two types of attention deficit disorders. There's a kind called ADD, or Attention Deficit Disorder, and there's another kind that is called Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, which includes some symptoms of hyperactivity. And today I'm going to mention some of the symptoms of both, so you can sort of pay attention to them, and we'll touch base briefly on what you can do to from your end, from the home therapy kind of thing. What would you do to improve the environment for your child? The first thing you notice with a child who has ADD or ADHD is that that child really is not detailed oriented. That child is not able to pay attention to details and may make careless mistakes in schoolwork, or even some homework, or some even chores around the house. Another thing you may notice that that child is unable to pay attention even at play activities. So even if that child is playing with puzzles or Legos or other play toys, that child is just distracted constantly. One other thing you can notice, that the child is not organized in his or her living environment at home, that their room is very messy, or that they're losing a lot of the assignment that are given to them from school, or they're losing their pencil, they don't know where they place their homework. And also, are they forgetful in tasks that you give them? You're supposed to take your plate to the sink after you're done eating. Are they forgetting it there at the table? Are they just distracted and going from one item to the other in their home environment? The hyperactivity component has additional features that your child may or may not have, which includes some motor activity. Basically, that child will be fidgety, will be moving about the house constantly, as if that child is driven by a motor, as if the wrong battery is installed in that child, kind of thing. So that's something to think about. Is that child having difficulty paying attention to waiting for his turn? So does that child jump into answering the question before the question is actually completed? Does that child squirm in his seat at school? Is he constantly on the go? Is he climbing walls? Sometimes we see children who are really very hyperactive, that they cannot just sit even during examination here in the office. And there are many other features that you need to address with your provider, with your neurologist, if you feel that your child is having difficulties. You always have to make sure that it's not an adjustment disorder, it's not something that's happening temporarily, that there's no particular environment in the house or in school that's causing the child to behave that way. Also, your neurologist has to pay attention to make sure the child doesn't have depression or a mood disorder or other illnesses that can manifest themselves as hyperactivity. For example, thyroid disease, hyperthyroidism, or high thyroid can cause some of these symptoms. One of the things that you can do at home to ease the environment for your child as that child gets evaluated is to create an organized environment at home, to create a to-do list. And every child above age 4, I think, should have a to-do list. It could be a very simple one. A common one that I recommend is a dry erase board, or a month at a glance brand. That's one that you can try, or any other similar kind of product. And the child should write on that board what he or she are supposed to do for the day, including fun stuff like parties and play dates, etc. And then break those tasks into smaller portions, so that child can do the homework between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. and between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. is dinner, and then between 6 p.m. and 6:30 clean the room, and then maybe a little bit of TV just for them to relax, or music or play. So break big tasks into smaller ones and have them start the process of getting used to a to-do list and a calendar. But if you are suspicious that your child is having difficulty in school in terms of attention, the next step would be to visit a neurologist. And we'll be posting more on the subject down the line, but you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and you can view our website angelsneuro.com to view more videos on the subject, and you can even send us some questions and we'll be happy to answer them for you. So we'll see you soon with different videos.